Oh, hey.
What in the world? Okay, I got it.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, it didn't give me the recording option again. So I tried to log in, which for some reason I should be logged in. It's my Zoom link. But
Yeah.
it kicked me out, and I don't know what happened to you guys, if it kicked you out too or what. But then it just like gave me a whole new link. So I hope everyone sees it.
Yeah, one of my discount coaches is going to come on.
Was it Elizabeth?
Yeah, she said, so I was like, she's been thinking about coaching, and I was like, do you want to just like try this team cup with us?
Yeah.
And she was like, sure. And I was like, okay.
That's amazing. Did you guys message me on that? I think I saw it come through, and I have not caught up on my messages yet. So
Yeah, we actually just added our, Megan, you're muted. We just added our all of our new coaches basically.
Okay. That's awesome. So you guys have your team then between you two?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep, and Lizzie will be hopping on in a bit. She's babysitting, and I guess the parents just got home, so when she gets home, she'll hop on.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give everyone just another minute or two just because of my fiasco with the Zoom link.
I think Christine is trying to get on.
Oh, I think I heard her.
Are you on, Christine?
I am.
Awesome.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry, I'm not at home and I don't have a Zoom app, so I had to call it in.
Not a problem.
Okay, so quick before everyone gets on, well, I guess actually that can wait to the call. Never mind. I have a question for at the end of the call, probably.
What is going on with my computer?
Christine, did you buy your plane tickets yet?
I did. Yay!
Yay!
So Devin, I'll let you know on Haley's texting her friend. She hasn't heard back from her yet tonight, so hopefully I'll know by tomorrow. She's 7 hours behind me, so our communication's kind of off.
Yeah, no problem.
And we are leaving Plover at like 5 a.m. on Wednesday. My mom was freaking out that we were going to get there at like 6. So we are now expected to get there at like 3 in the afternoon. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome because
we'll be there for dinner.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that you'll be there for dinner, so that's perfect. I need to figure out a place yet.
Can't wait. So then we'll be able to check in, and then can't we go get like our stuff so we don't have to stand in line for registration?
Yeah, I think there is an early check-in that day. I want to say, I'm pretty sure. I haven't really looked at the layout of like the whole schedule yet, which I need to do. So once I do that, I'll update you guys on what I read and stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can like get your stuff early once you're there. So
Do you have the app?
I did, but then I had to get a new phone and I haven't re-downloaded it. So yeah, I need to get the app.
The app is
Did you,
up.
did you end up waiting like a long time last year for registration?
Did I end up waiting?
Yeah, like is it a really long like big
Oh,
line?
No,
hours?
actually it went pretty fast. So
That's good.
either way, it's not so bad.
Yeah, I don't think we had a line at all, did we?
Yeah, I don't think we did. I don't remember that being an issue.
Yeah.
Cool.
Who's on the call? I can't see you guys.
We have Katie and Megan and Elizabeth and Allison and the other Megan from Leah's team and myself. I think that's everyone. Oh, there's 2 Elizabeths.
Yeah. And 2 Megans.
Welcome. Okay, well, I think it's 9:06, so I'm just going to get us started. So I know.
Oh, Lizzie, you're on the phone. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, Christine's calling in, so we can't see her. But yeah, everyone else I think is on video. So, all right, so we'll get started. But yeah, like I was going to say, I know I've gone back and forth with our team calls quite a bit because I'm trying to figure out something that just really works well, that's fluid, that we can count on every single week, you know, get plugged into with our teams and get the right support, motivation, information that we need, so and so forth. So I've decided that I'm going to just continue doing what we've been doing from the beginning and just running our team calls with our team and beyond. I love being a part of Marsha's team and I love her calls, but I think that we kind of lose our sense of team by not having our own team calls where we can all come together, see each other face to face, have more of like a personal relationship with each other, you know, where we can at least like talk amongst our team and figure out things that we're doing together versus kind of riding not the coattails of Marsha's team, but it's so hard to like balance it out because she doesn't do everything that we do. We don't do everything that she does, vice versa. So it just, I think, was confusing. So my plan is to myself, I will be on her calls because she's my coach. So I will be joining her team calls Tuesday nights, and then we will run ours Wednesday nights at 9. So it'll be a different day of the week. We will pick this up, not starting next week with Summit. We won't have a team call. But the week that we come back, we'll pick it up that Wednesday night and just carry out Wednesday nights from there on out. I like the idea of, like I said, us being together with just our team. And I also liked when we were starting to get those guest speakers, I think they were really helpful. And I loved having different perspectives from other teams just outside of, you know, Marsha's team and Alyssa's team. So I want to continue to do that as well, like at least once, possibly twice a month, just so that we still get that outside perspective, but at the same time we can come together as our own team and, you know, plan things out and that sort of thing. So that's
Are you going to do that weekly then, or?
I'm planning on it, yeah. I think, you know, and I've gone back and forth with that too. Is weekly calls too much? Is once a month not enough? You know, I go back and forth, but I just think that I'm going to do them weekly. It's, you know, I'm in it to win it with this business, and I want to be available weekly for our team. So, you know, it is what, if you get, I mean, make it a priority in your schedule to get on the call. But I'll be there no matter who else is there. Like, I just want that to be kind of like that solid point in the week where we can just like come together, ask questions, talk about anything, you know, anything, just to make sure that I'm there to support you guys. And I like having it on the Wednesdays too, because it's the end of our week. And if there's any issues with like rank advancing or if someone's order not going through, then at least we're all together and we can figure it out, so that there aren't any like, you know, things that we miss coming into Thursday morning with, you know, successful points or rank advancing and that kind of thing. So that was kind of the whole point of that day.
Could we maybe work some of those in to be like power hours too?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if we're doing them every single week, I'm totally down with maybe doing like a beginning of the month, like this is how our month looks type of call where I go over things myself, maybe getting a guest speaker the following week, maybe that third week doing a power hour to kind of push us to Success Club the last part of the month, and then maybe ending the month with whatever we have, whatever we can do. But maybe planning on at least like one speaker a month and one power hour a month as a team.
Very good.
Yeah, I think that would be great because I know not everyone can make the 6 a.m. power hours. I haven't even made them in the past 2 days. I'm a shit this week. Just put it out there. I'm an asshole this week because I'm trying to play catch up and I'm losing my freaking mind. So bear with me. But yeah, I do plan on being on tomorrow and the rest of the week through Friday. So just kick my ass if I'm not, but I will be there. So anyway.
It's okay. I talked to Christine about stuff this morning and I forgot I talked to her about it. And then I talked to her about it again. I was so tired.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know. This whole last week threw me off with my sitter not being able to take our kids and just being straight home with my kids for like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. Like I can't even make sentences anymore. So I'm going to see if I can share my screen here quick. Just 1 second. Okay. All right, I'll make this bigger. Can you guys see that pretty good? Okay. All right, so I kind of gave our intro already. So for our team call, we're really just going to be talking about, updates coming up, planning, and creating a vision for our team. Because I know I posted that video in my personally sponsored group page. So like Megan, you probably wouldn't have seen it. But it was from Summer Tucker, and she talked on the National Wake Up Call this week. I don't know if you guys caught that. If you have not, do yourself a favor and listen to it ASAP. It's a half hour. She rocks. I mean, she totally just she makes me bawl every time I listen to her because she totally hits home with her message and with, what she's been through to become a coach. She's been a coach for like 7 years. And she's been elite for 4 years. So for the first 3 years of her coaching, career, she wasn't some top coach like you kind of typically see within this team. You see people go from like 0 to top coach in 3 years, which, is awesome and it's doable, but not everybody is like that. And I think that's what we kind of get in our minds, like we have to be like that, otherwise we're failing type of thing. So it really hit home, and it really just made me kind of open my mind and think to myself, like, do I have a vision for myself and for my team? And am I clear with that vision? Have I talked about that vision? Have I put it out in the open? So I'm going to be touching on that too within this call, but I really just want to use this call to, like I said, come together, get organized for the rest of this month in August, and just really start like kicking ass, because I think we all need kind of a spark lit under our ass. And I'm hoping Summit does it. Whether or not you're going, that's totally okay if you're not. But use that for fuel. If you can't make it this year, make it next year. Make it a point to be there next year, because I know it is a game changer. It creates so much momentum within your business, with your team, with your followers. If we do this thing right, and if we post about these events right, you're always going to have people that want to join you, because who doesn't want to just like go to Nashville in the, for a week out of nowhere in the summer to just go have some fun and network with people? Like, it's an amazing thing. But I think we need to talk more about it. So I'm going to touch on that as well. So first, though, I do want to talk about Success Club, because this has been such a struggle with our team the past few months, myself included. I'm not going to say I'm awesome with Success Club lately, because I'm not. I'm super disappointed in myself, and I hate even saying that, because I want to lead you, and I want to show you that it can be done, and it absolutely can be, if you don't let excuses get the best of you, which I have. So, I'm really pushing this month. I hope you guys are too. I want to congratulate those who are on the board, because I do think collectively the last few months have been a struggle. So just to see people out the gates, getting points on the board, that just means that your momentum is picking up, your consistency is paying off, that you're talking to enough people, and that you're changing lives. So keep it up. If it's something that you've been struggling with, if the consistency thing isn't there, get consistent, because that is really what's going to give you the results. That consistency is what's going to get people to follow, respond to your messages or see more of your posts or create a bigger network for yourself to reach out to. That consistency every single day is going to keep building and building and snowballing. And we got to keep pushing it. We got to keep pumping that well if we don't want these slumps, We can't always get stuck in these slumps. You got to get over the slumps and get stronger from these slumps. So now is a time to really just kind of put your nose down and grind. Do the vital behaviors. Make it a point to get those done every single day because it'll pay off. I think, ultimately when we do the vital behaviors, we're working on ourselves, which is awesome. We always need to be working on ourselves, whether it's our fitness, our health, our nutrition, our personal development. Those things are going to drive our business. So the better we are, the better our business. So just kind of think of things that way. And just really, like I said, put your nose down and just grind because we can do this. There's half the month left. I know that we can get more people on this board. We can help change more lives. I am actually at 2 now, so I can put my name up there. I'm pushing it right along with you guys. I understand how it is. I know how it feels to struggle with this, but I do know how it feels to overcome it as well. So just like I said, don't give up. Don't think you're doing something wrong if you've sent out a ton of invites and aren't getting anything back. Just keep going. The results are in the numbers. They're in the odds. So increase your odds by talking to more people. All right, so this kind of ties into Team Cup. I know we were chatting a little bit about it in the beginning of our call, but Beachbody, if you haven't heard of the Team Cup or have never been in one, Beachbody does a Team Cup quarterly. So this one is coming up in August. It'll run August 1st through the 30th, so the entire month of August. We have until the 31st of July to register. And what that means is that we need to form teams of 5 people with only 1 diamond per team. This team of 5 will compete by hitting Success Club and rank advancing in the month of August. So you get points if you rank advance, and you get points for Success Club points. So you take your team of 5 people. Each person has the points that they've made that month. You add them all together. And as a team, that's how you compete against other teams within the network. So there's tons of cool prizes. They have tier prizes all mapped out. I think there's 3 tiers of prizes this time. Top tier is obviously going to be the best prize, but there's some cool stuff that they've given away over the years, like workout mats, t-shirts, hats, weights. I think there's just been numerous things given out. But the higher you go, the more points you have, the bigger the prizes. I think they've even given out like TVs, and just, crazy gifts, like super, super cool stuff. So it's a really, really good time for us to push. I think it falls in line perfectly with Summit. I think that if we can really ride the momentum that we gained with Summit and really push that through August to help us with the Team Cup, we can really push ourselves outside of our comfort zone and just totally blast our Success Club record out of the water, you guys. Look at yourself, look at the most points you've ever gotten in a month with Success Club, whether that's 5 or 10 or 15, whatever that is. See if you can top that this next month. See if you can just blow that out of the water and keep doing that every single month. Last month, if you hit 5, let's go for 7 this month. Or, this month, if you hit 7, let's go for 10 next month. You always got to keep yourself pushing forward and doing better. Because the more you do that, the easier it gets. So, and why do we do this? We want to ignite our business. We want to ride that momentum after Summit. We want to push ourselves outside that comfort zone and prove to ourselves that we can do this. Because if we can prove to ourselves we can do it, we can show our team we can do it, and they will follow in your footsteps. And then their team will follow in their footsteps. And that's how we create this duplicate effect, which is how we promote our business and how we build our businesses. So we really want to lead from the front. I know you're all leaders on this team, whether you have 0 coaches under you right now or 1. Or maybe 10, whatever it is, you want to start strong now and build that foundation and then just keep building and building and building because they will follow. Whether it's now or in a month or in 6 months, they will follow. So start now, act like that leader now. Don't wait until you're a diamond leader to act like a diamond. Act like a diamond now. The rest will fall into place. Do what you have to do now, and everything else will just follow. So the Team Cup, make sure that I think Katie and Megan, you got your teams figured out. I'm going to create a document in our team page and then just make sure to update that with your team so that I can just make sure everybody's on a team and we can figure it all out and rock August.
I think you get points for your coaches under you rank in dancing too.
Yes, that's what I'm missing. You are right. Yep, you get for yourself and then for your personally sponsored coaches too. Yep. Thank you for adding that. All right, so Country Heat. You've probably just seen it blasted, especially yesterday, all over Facebook with everyone doing their sneak peeks, making videos, making an ass of themselves if you're like me. You know, it's one, you don't have to love country music to do these things or love the program to do them. If you can show people that you're willing to try, I think that says something in itself right there. So if you missed the sneak peek, don't worry, you can still promote the program. But just some things that'll help you do that are creating an event. You know, create it on your business page if you have one, co-host it with your personal page, invite as many people as you can to that event, boost that post to gain more traction with it, but then just be present in that event page. You know, post videos of other people doing the workout or the trailer for the actual program, meal plans that you've put together for the 21-day fix that, you know, that you can use with Country Heat. There's tons of them out there. You don't have to even make one. You can just Google it, 21-day fix meal plan. You know, if there's someone else's address, like for their blog or something on it, just take that out, use it for yourself. But, sorry. But, you know, just get creative and share as much as you can to create that hype for that program and let people know how easy it is. You know, and reach out to the people that have done the 21-day fix that are your customers and say, you totally rock the 21-day fix. Are you ready to move on to something a little more fun where you can, you know, switch it up with the workouts, still follow that same nutrition plan, and maybe even get better results, you know, So, you know, show those before and afters, those transformations. Sorry, I'm talking too much. But really, really hype up that event because you can add people to it that you're not even friends with. So, you know, promote that event, advertise for it, share it on your personal page, invite 21-day fix grads, country music lovers, people who hate cardio. You know, think outside the box. Think of who would really love a program like this. You know, I think of even like people like in their like 40s and 50s that don't want to just like pump weights or jump around with Insanity Max. You know, maybe they want something a little more like less intense. So something like this would be perfect. So think of those people, reach out to those people. Don't be afraid to invite them, add them to your event or invite them to your event. And let's just get it out there and let people know it's happening. I plan to run a Country Heat exclusive group. We can all join in the same group because I don't know how many people we'll each have. I don't think any of us can probably run one by ourselves with enough people. So let's just do it all together. We'll start the preseason on the 1st of August. I think it's that Monday. And then we'll kick off the actual workouts the 8th. So plan for that. I will create a group for Country Heat and get it made this week so that leading up to Summit, we're not scrambling. But we can, you know, get people added into that group page once they've got the challenge pack for Country Heat, which is released on the 27th. So that is next Wednesday. So, you know, make sure you're reaching out to people that day and letting them know it's out and released. And then, like I said, invite, advertise, and let's get the hype, you know, create some hype for this program. Even if you're not a fan of country, you can still do it. I'm not a fan of country at all. So, but I do know that my followers are. So you kind of got to work with it that way. Any questions on that?
Yeah, do you know if all of the workouts are like 45 minutes? Because yesterday the sneak peek was like way longer than I thought.
Yeah, I think they're all 30 minutes, but like the part where it teaches you like the moves in the beginning take up some time. So I think like once the workout actually starts, they're all 30 minutes, I want to say.
Okay.
You don't have to watch those either. Autumn explained it where, so it should be like 2 moves that they break down in the beginning. So you can skip that part.
Okay.
I bet there'll be a track where you can watch it and a track where you don't have to watch it.
That's what you said. There's a menu and you choose either go straight to the workout or you can break down the moves.
Okay.
Gotcha. Thanks.
My event on my page has gotten me like 10 new likes and like 5 new friend requests. So like people that I've never talked to just asking me about it and wanting to talk to me about it. So
Yeah,
that's awesome.
if you haven't.
Yeah, that's the whole point of these event pages, is to like really just reach people you normally wouldn't. And just, using these events for leverage too just helps. It puts us out there to people that might not have paid attention to us before, but now we have this new program. It's totally different than anything else. They might be intrigued. So don't be afraid to promote something like that, even if you're not truly a fan, because you can reach a lot of people that way. Wow, I need like a cough drop. Okay. August calendar. So I didn't have a chance to put this all on like a pretty calendar, but I wanted to give you these dates. So keep these dates in mind. I have them all written down. If you want to take a screenshot of this, you can. Otherwise, I can post this slide too on our page. But yeah, August 1st, the Country Heat Challenge group, a new general challenge group will start that day. August 4th, I want to do a coach sneak peek summit edition. Wow, I can't talk. I think it's that Thursday. Just like an hour-long call where we can share some slides, put some pictures from Summit, talk about the opportunity and different things we've been able to do. So I want to plan to do that Thursday after we come back. And then that following weekend already is Super Saturday or Sunday, depending on what location you're going to. I know there's a couple in the cities. I think, Katie, are you going to the one in the cities?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I know I'm going to the one here in the Dells. It's on that Sunday. But, go into the back office. You can search locations for where they're all, being held, and pick one that's close to you and just go to it. Invite some friends to go with you. They're super fun. There's always a live workout. You can hear some coaches share their story and just network with other coaches as well. So it's totally worth going. Another great event that you can talk about and promote on your page. That's, if you think about it, like, you might not think Super Saturday is a big deal, but that's how Alyssa got started as coaching. Was she went to a Super Saturday with Melanie. So, think of it that way. Like, you could invite someone that you would never think would do anything, but that could be like the next awesome coach on your team. So, no, don't discount anyone because you might think they don't want to do it. And then August 8th, I'm going to run a special coach-only group. There's details to come, but this will be for our team. I'm masterminding with 3 other women that I met from the National Leadership Conference. And we're putting together this group. I have more details on the next slide, but it'll be awesome. It'll be, I think, just what we need to just get ourselves pumped up again and really just make some noise in August. So keep out the next slide. I'll show you more about that. But so another thing, starting on the 8th, I'm going to run a free 5-day group. I don't know what that group's going to be yet, but I'm planning to run one that week because it's right smack dab in the middle of our challenge group starting that month. So I'm hoping getting people into a free group like that, I can just roll them over into the challenge group that starts on the 15th. So free groups, I kind of wanted to touch on that because I think ideally I would like us all to run our own if we're comfortable doing that, because it's a really, really great chance for you guys to add people you don't necessarily know, form relationships with those people within the group, and just meet new people and add more people to your network and get more people to see more of who you are, because they'll see you in the group. So I'll say the one I just wrapped up last week was just like a free 7-day exercise challenge, and I threw in some clean eating recipes and kind of posted some relevant stuff throughout the week. But I made the exercise videos for each day myself and posted them. But that group has given me so many more people to talk to. I think I'm going to sign up 2 people with challenge packs from it in the next couple days. So that's why I recommend doing them yourself if you can, if you're comfortable. If you're not totally okay, you can always join into one of mine. But I just want people to be able to form these relationships with people. And, it's just a great chance to do that so that when you do message them for a challenge group to invite them, it's not so weird because you've already been talking with them a little bit within your group. So it just makes inviting easier, I think, and gives you more people to invite. So we could talk more on the free groups. I can do maybe like a sidebar conversation in our team page, or I can do a separate little call on it if you guys need help, figuring out how to run them, when to run them, that type of thing. But I do think they're beneficial to run at least once a month, just to get some new people, some new eyes on your page, and some new people to talk to. Any questions?
Devin, question. Yeah, me, sorry. Do you sponsor any ads for free groups?
I did this last time. I did my first group, and I didn't have the best turnout for it this time. Or no, I didn't this time either. I have not yet. No, I do.
Okay.
I think it's smart to do it because it's just more people that are going to see your event.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to. Just make sure that you're
Right.
at a prime time and inviting people and that type of thing. But
Devin, did you find a good follow-up message? I know I saw you posting in a couple of the.
yeah, no one helped me out with that. So I just made my own and just, sent them something like, hey, whatever. Hope you're having a great day. I just wanted to thank you for joining my free group this last week. I hope you got a lot of great workouts from it and, just some that you can possibly add to your routine. And I shared with them my YouTube channel because I uploaded all the workouts to it. And just said, if you want anything in the future, just check out my channel. I'm always putting workouts on there. And then I just kind of segued into, I'm not sure if this would interest you, but I do have another group starting up tomorrow. It's going to be a more intense group where we focus on nutrition and workouts. And the group will be 30 days. It's kind of, I like to think of my free groups as kind of like an intro to my challenge groups. If I gave you some information, would you check it out? And I just left it at that. And I did have a lot of people respond to that.
Okay.
I have it saved in my notes somewhere here, so I'll post that in our group too.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Make a note of it. All right, so then, August 15th, we'll just start our new challenge group as usual. And then the 22nd, I want to do a success club or bust group that'll just last the rest of the month, where whether it's just like a group chat, like a group thread in our inbox that we just all join if we haven't hit success club yet, or a separate group that we create. But I want to just work together at the end of the month if we're still struggling to hit success club to just make it happen, because it should be something that's non-negotiable in your business. We should all be hitting success club. That should be like our main goal every single month. So I want to make sure it happens. So I'm going to put this group together the very last week of the month. I'll add anyone who hasn't hit success club to it. And we'll just, get down to business and work together and get creative and figure out ways that we can just make it happen. So that's my plan. More on that to come. And then I do want to run another sneak peek at the end of August, just because it's such a long month. I think there's I don't know, it seems like there's 4 weeks in August, full weeks. So I want to run a sneak peek August 25th again, and then our next challenge group will start the 29th. So keep those.
Question on the challenge group.
Ooh, what's that?
Sorry, I think you mentioned this earlier, but I missed it. So I know you're doing the country sneak peek or country challenge group in the beginning of August. Are we running a normal one as well for 21-day fixers?
Yeah. I think we will. I want to make sure that, not everyone's going to be on the country heat bandwagon. So if we have others that bought challenge packs and need a group to start that day, we can start a separate one for everyone else.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
And then, just keep in mind that the team calls will be every Wednesday at 9, starting August 3rd. All right, so this coach-only group that I mentioned that we're going to start next month on the 8th, what I do know about it is that you need to hit Success Club 5 in July to be in the group. You need to be at Emerald rank, which is just 2 coaches underneath you, 1 on each leg. You need to truly want this business. You need to have a vision. And you need to be able to cut the BS, throw the excuses to the side, and be ready to work in August. And what that means is that we really are just going to be focused in this group. We're working out the details, working out the logistics of the group, but we want it to be not a push group, not you need to be a certain rank by the end by any means. We want it to be more of revitalize your business, revitalize your life type of group, where we really just get really, really good at the consistency part of this business so that we can master that and then move on to being great in our business. Because if you can't master the good, which is working out, drinking your shake, posting on social media, personal development, and inviting people, if we can't master that every single day, there's no way that we can move on to being great beyond that. So that'll be kind of the focus for this group. But like I said, there's a lot more details to come, and I will be sharing them when I get them. But I kind of want to put this on the radar so that you can really think about it, and think, is this something that I want to get into? Do I want to really push myself in August? Think about what you want from this business, and let's just, make a game plan and make it happen, because we can. We just really need to put that effort in, and like I said, keep those excuses to the side. Any questions on this? All right. Lastly, I do want to talk more about vision. I talked about it when I first opened up the call, but just having that vision for yourself personally and for your team. So when I talk about vision, when I say this sentence, when I picture my perfect day, how do you follow up that sentence? What is your perfect day? I mean, if you really could choose everything in your life and make it the way that you want to make it, what would that look like? Have you truly thought about that? Do you have a vision for yourself and where you want to go? If you don't, the time is now. Figure that vision out. Figure out what's driving you to do this, because yes, we all want to help people. We all love doing that. That's why we're here. But it has to be more than that. You're helping these people because you want to get to this next point in your life, whatever that next point is. Whether, I know some people join because they want just an extra job. They love to help people. They love fitness. They love having this as a hobby. That's great. What's your vision with that? Is that where you want to stay with this business, or do you plan to grow? Do you want to advance, in rank or with your income, or do you want to work from home? Do you want your husband to work from home or your spouse to work from home? Do you want to pay off debt like student loans, or put together some money for your kids so that they don't have to worry about student loans when the time comes? What is your vision? Where do you see yourself going with this? I think it's super important to think about that and to really dig deep with it and, make that vision so strong that you can't get it out of your head. Because when others can't see your vision, you need to be able to see it. And that vision needs to be your light for you to help you keep going and guide you through the times that are not so easy. So, I'm going to share with you my vision because I think it's important. I think it's something that I haven't really done. And this is me, but I share it just to get you thinking, to get you realizing what is really truly driving me with this business. What's going to make me jump out of bed in the morning and get stuff done? What's going to make me sacrifice time watching my favorite TV show at night when and to do invites instead, or do my power hour? What is driving you to do those things? So when I think about my vision, and this is just totally me, I just think of being able to be home, with my family, with my husband, with my kids. We have a big kitchen with a big farm sink and a huge middle island that fits our entire family at our get-togethers, where we're cooking and we're having drinks and we're having fun and we're laughing and, all hanging out together in one big spot in our kitchen. And we've got football on the TV, and we've got a fire pit and comfy blankets, and kids are playing and they're laughing, and everybody's together comfortably. And, we don't worry about Monday morning because we don't have to go to work on Monday morning. We can create this life of freedom that just lets us enjoy life and take in those memories and make those memories without being stressed about money or, only having a certain amount of time off from work. Taking trips to the cabin, having fun by the lake, my kids not worrying about lunch money, or if their mom and dad can afford the school trip they're going to go on. Those are things that I don't want for my children, because I had them when I was younger, and I don't want that for them. I didn't live very comfortably when I was younger. We struggled quite a bit with money, and that in my heart is what drives me to keep doing this and keep pushing forward, because I don't want my kids to go through that. So, and it's going to make me cry to say it, but that's what it is. And that's what your vision should do to you. Think about what you truly want and use that to fuel you and push you during the times where you just feel like giving up, and when you feel like nobody is there to support you, or nobody sees what you see with this. You see what you see because you have your vision, and that should be that light that guides you through this and keeps pushing you and pushing you and pushing you to do better and better and better every day. So that's what I mean about vision. I want you to take the time to really think about yours, write it down, make a video if you have to. You don't have to share it with me if you don't want to, but feel free to share it, because I think when you do, it puts it out in the open, and people when people know about it, it kind of gives you that accountability too. So keep talking about it. If you're comfortable doing that, share it with our team. You can share it with me personally if you want, or share it with your spouse or your kids, whatever it may be. Just share that vision. Let them know why you're doing what you're doing and what you see with this. And I promise if you keep that strong, you'll make it happen, because you'll keep pushing forward and you won't stop. So I wanted to leave you with that. Do you have any questions?
Our coaching sneak peeks, are we going to do them live, or what are we doing?
I was going to see what you guys preferred. I'm open to whatever. I kind of like the live calls, to be honest.
I like them better. I think if we can get people on a live call, you can understand better what they're saying, what we're saying, and I don't know, it's just more personal.
I agree. I mean, I do like the live events where, you know, we post every 10 minutes, but I feel like those either go really, really well or they just completely flop. Like, I feel like there's no middle ground. And I think people just like skip over posts and they don't listen to everything. And I don't know, I feel like if they were on a call and could actually hear us and see us, that might be better.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Okay. Yeah, I think.
Well, I know, like when I got on a call with you and Marcia.
That's
and
right.
Yeah, and I liked that.
Okay.
And my husband looked at me and said, "Those people are good salespeople."
Well, thanks, I guess.
It was funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's plan to at least do a live call for this next one. We can see how it goes. And if it goes really well, we can do it again. If not, we can come back and figure out a different game plan if we'd like. But let's just plan for that. And I think that Thursday one this Thursday, yikes. We'll plan for 8:30. Is that a good time, you think, for everybody?
Thursday?
Yeah.
Maybe 8:30 pushes it for me because I never know if my boys are gonna cooperate and go to sleep. So I don't know.
We can do 9.
9 o'clock's easier for me because I know my boys sleep, like are in bed. I don't know about anyone else if that's too late for people.
What does everyone else think?
Megan, you're muted. Are you trying to talk?
Okay, yeah, I've been talking like the whole time over here. Okay, yeah, no, I know 9 is fine for me. I just don't know about like the people that like we're inviting. I know the main one for me, she's got the 2 twin girls, so I think whatever, she'll have them in bed. But
okay. Yeah, I think let's shoot for 9. If that's okay with you guys, let's try that. And if we get feedback saying that's too late or whatever, that we can adjust it for the next round. But I think 9 is okay, especially since it's Thursday. I think people tend to stay up later towards the end of the week anyway. So maybe
let's just make sure it's not long, you know?
Yeah, half hour. I mean, I don't want to go a full hour by any means.
are we going to pick topics and then we all just kind of touch base, or how do the live events go?
Well, Marcia has a little presentation she put together, and I can borrow her slides and like either remake them or just use them. That just talks about, you know, kind of the logistics of coaching, like what we do, the different types of coaches, the potential from coaching. And then on her calls, we typically just have like maybe 2 coaches, possibly 3, share like their 5-minute background on coaching, like how they got started and where they are now type of thing. So we could do that if you guys are comfortable doing that. We could just get a couple of you to talk for 5 or so minutes and then open it up for questions.
Sure.
Okay.
Be fine. And then, does anybody have a good coach invite? Because I think tomorrow I'm going to work on coaching invites.
No, but I just saw one and I should have saved it. And I vaguely remember what it said, but it was more or less just like, hey, so-and-so, you know, I hope you're having a great summer. Can't believe how fast it's flying by. You know, I've been following your posts lately, and I noticed you're really into health and fitness. I am too. I'm actually an online coach. Have you ever thought about doing anything like that? And just leaving it super simple. And the girl said that she's gotten a lot of response from it. So, you know,
Can we just start a thread? Maybe if people have them, just like post them. That would
Yeah.
be good.
yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I've been trying to kind of maybe change the wording and not say sneak peek or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's overused.
Well, I kind of like the Thursday wine and possibly change your life.
We should really post that.
Yeah, I am fine with that. I don't know.
I've been trying to say like discovery call or like, I don't know, just something to make it sound more enticing rather than sneak peek. Like, I don't know, I just feel like that sounds weird and everybody uses it, so people are probably used to seeing it.
Yeah, I know. I think we need to get away from sneak peek too. I totally agree on that. And I think backstage pass has been overused. Let's think about that. I am totally cool though, honestly, with the Thirsty Thursday wine and possibly change.
Why not? Yeah, or like why not wine not Thursday or something like that.
Yeah.
Or why not join us, or I don't know.
Or like, why not change your life or something like that?
Yeah,
Well, I like it. I'll come with wine.
me too.
Let's all just drink some wine and do a post and see if it works.
Okay. We'll all go live just drinking wine. Like,
Oh my god, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I would
be
do
like
that.
that one guy that gets drunk off wine and like rants. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
That can be us. I like it. Okay, so I will, between tonight and tomorrow, I will get the slideshow from Marsha for the sneak peek, tweak it, and then let's make a thread maybe in my team page on who is all going to be on that call for coaches, and then we can figure out who's going to be chatting, you know, for the 5 minutes or whatever. And then, yeah, we'll figure out how to promote it tomorrow too. And what else was it going to do? I think that's it. Oh, the message that I'm sending to people as a follow-up to the free group. All right.
With the Elizabeths, do you guys have any questions at all? I know this is like your first hop on.
Yeah, everything is like way over my head, but I have my notes and my tons of question marks to things to look up, and I can ask Katie and not bug everybody else.
We'll talk.
But yeah, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
It's coaching is one of those things that it feels really overwhelming, probably for the first 6 months or so. Not going to say you don't ever feel overwhelmed again after that, because you do, because it's a business. You know, you're starting your business, and if you're serious about it, there's just things that you have to learn and train on, and it takes time. And you tend to want everything all at once, but you can't. And, you know, so it's like, you know, trying to get everything kind of figured out and also get started with it can be overwhelming. But the main thing is that you just take it day by day. Do what you can when you can, and then build on that when you're ready. You know, it's something you can definitely take at your own pace. So there's no rush to do everything. You know, you control what you can control, and just build off of that.
Awesome.
And there's all the support here too, you know, with Katie, she's an awesome coach. With this team in general, you know, we all help each other out. So new coaches, veteran coaches, we're always asking questions, and we're always, you know, helping out each other with things. So don't be afraid to post in the team page or anything like that if you have questions or anything.
Okay.
Is Lizzie still on the call? I can't see other people.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, I'm kind of in the same boat as the other Elizabeth.
That's normal. It's
And I've
normal.
been messaging you all of mine along the way. But
Okay. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Well, and that's too why we have you guys on our Team Cup and we'll kind of walk you through it this month. Honestly, it will be fun, and it will be lots of fun.
Hopefully we don't let you down.
You won't.
Oh, you won't. Our last team cup, we did really well, didn't we,
Awesome.
Megan? We did really well. Don't worry, it'll be lots
And
of fun.
With Country Heat coming out, it's it's gonna be huge. So
Mhm.
I'm so excited. I've always done decent at team cups, but like this one, I totally just want to like smash it. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Devin,
I
Devin,
feel
you
like
might
it's
have
gonna
to-
be a good time.
sorry, Devin, you might have to actually start dancing and doing some Country Heat.
I know. I did the sneak peek, and I'm not gonna lie. The whole time I'm like, I'm gonna like make people not want to buy this. Like, not gonna be very promotional, but maybe.
The whole time I was thinking, seriously, can Autumn like not do anything? Like,
I know.
there's something she can't do.
Like how does one get blessed with like rhythm and also like being that in shape and like you know?
Yeah, and a nice body, and she's had a kid, and
Yeah,
she's awesome.
goals.
Goals.
Yeah.
And for the new coaches, Summit is coming up next week. If you don't know what that is, for your first 3 months of coaching, if you hit Success Club, you get your free ticket to Nashville. So a lot of us are going next week, 5 days in Nashville, just all teams and top coaches are speaking, and we get to work out with top trainers. So it's huge. It's awesome. So it's incentive.
Yeah, so like all the trainers you see on the videos, like, will be there, and all the people from corporate. There's like, I think I saw Melanie say today there's like 23,000 people going.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. It's just, I went last year for the first time. I don't think anyone on this call has been there other than me.
Did Allison go?
Allison, yes, Allison was there. I can't see everybody. What the heck's going on? Yep, Allison was there. Megan was there too. Megan Burdick. But it's incredible. It's just, I don't know. It's amazing just to see all these coaches in one place and just the atmosphere and the energy, the speakers that you get to see. Like, I don't know. It's just insane.
And so then when like we talk about Super Saturday, it's kind of like a mini thing of that, where you can connect with other people from Beachbody and big speakers, and sometimes they have trainers and workouts and stuff. So that's another thing that I know, Elizabeth, you said you can't go to that one, but maybe the next one you can go with me.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? All right. Well, thank you, ladies.
Devin,
Oh, yes.
sorry, you recorded this? Yeah, are you posting it at all?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I just missed like the last 15 minutes. I had to put the phone down and talk to someone.
No problem. I'll post the recording. It for some reason takes forever to upload, but I will post it when I get it.
Oh, no worries, don't stress about it. And yeah, I'll see you on the call tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Are you going to be up tomorrow, Devin?
Yes, I am. I'm going to bed after this call.
I'll see you guys Thursday.
All right, see ya.
Well, yes, thank
Bye.
Elizabeth's for joining.
Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Have a good night, you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Night.